Hello, viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Reminiscences with Engineer Hamza Ibrahim, who is a chartered engineer and has spent most of his working life in the National Electric Power Authority, NEPA, where he rose to be the managing director between 1990 and 1999. He's also, of course, the Barden Dutse, a traditional title from his home state, Jigawa. Engineer, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And as usual, we start by asking about your background.
Yes.
Let us into that.
Well, I'm Kanuri. My grandfather, Suleiman Maidugu from Kukawa, during the Rabi crisis or turbulence or whatever. He and his entourage decided to leave and go to Kano, actually, their first decision. On their way, they came to Miso. I understand they were in 3 groups. One group went to Gombe, another group to Lafayette Bari.
In the Sarau state?
Yes. My grandfather's entourage decided to go to Kano, but they came to Gwaram in Jigawa state. They met Mallawan, who was the Sarikin Gwaram at the time, an Arabic scholar, and they are Quranic
scholars.
Lawal
or Mal Lawal? Because that sounds like another Kanuri.
It's Mal Lawal, but they say Mal Lawal. It's Mal Lawal, actually.
Right.
Yes. So Mal Lawal said, well, look, you are also Arabic scholars, Quranic scholars, and I don't see, I will convince you not to really proceed to Kano. You can stay here in Gwaram. I will give you an area. Actually, he decided to give them one of the most economic part of Gwaram, because there is a river which is from Plateau, Suru Gwaram to Jamaare, and so on and so forth. So part of that was allocated to my grandfather in the fertile land, and there is a stream called Engr, which is very close to the town, which is can be used for dry season farming, fruits, vegetables, and so on and so forth. So they think this is an offer which they cannot really reject. So they accepted to stay in Gwaram. So the Maidugu was given Ngwar Bari.
So all areas.
Yes, and Upper Pada. So 4 parts actually. And so after that, they stayed. My father, Alhaji Ibrahim Chindorima, after the death of my grandfather, took over at the Engr very well. And up to today, we are really looking after our heading that part of the town.
Before we go to your childhood, where did your own title Bardi, where did it come from?
Well, the emir decided to honor me. It's not to Gwaram, it's really Dutse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Barden Dutse. So that is the emirate.
Yep.
The Emir conferred that title just as a recognition of my contribution to Jigawa State, because many towns and villages were connected to the national grid during my period.
Okay.
So this is just to honor me. And after that, I studied at Guaram Elementary School from 1952 to 1956, and also Bunkudu Senior Primary School, where my classmates were the late Abubakar Rimi, Allah Jikansa, Allah Gafarta Masa. Then we have Umar Zandam. Umar Zandam.
Okay.
Umar Musa Zandam.
Okay.
And late Abdul Razak Kyawa. We have also late several others anyway. So from there, when we moved to after 1958,
Right.
one Captain Trenchard Mapi came to, he's the principal, there was the principal of Kaduna Technical Institute, came to interview us at Kano. Three of us, Umar Zandam, myself, and Wali Sula Ahmed from Borno Senior Primary School. And then from Kano, we have Rabi Aliu and one other person.
So tell me about life in Guaram before we go to Kaduna.
Yeah.
Coming from your roots being Kanuri or the Maiduguri area, are you kind of settled in Guaram? Do you feel more Guaram now than Kanuri, or?
No. We settled completely in Guaram. In fact, unfortunately, I could not speak Kanuri.
You don't speak Kanuri?
No, I couldn't, but my father and his children could speak the language. So after finishing the senior primary school, one Captain Trenchard Mapi, when he interviewed us, yes, he said, okay, you are successful, but Kaduna Technical School consisted of secondary technical school and engineering school and a commercial school. So three of us, Umar Zandam, Shaibu Kwali, and Rabi Aliyu, went to Kaduna Technical Secondary School. Two of us, Suleiman Wali Ahmed, and myself, the engineering school. But in the engineering school, that is Samadu Bello in action, Alhamdulillah, because the whole nose were there. We have Bodurin, David Ologi, Baba Lola, Baba Tunde, all from the Kwara Kabba exit. David Ologi.
From all over the north.
Yes. And at that time, Samad Bello government didn't care whoever you are, whether you are Christian, and this mostly Ayurvas. He was able to bind the entire north together. And another important issue which I wanted to really relate is when the results came out of the City and Guilds of the London Institute Honorary Certificate, which is equivalent to OND, we did well. And two of us were all given scholarship. Ethnicity didn't matter to Ahmadu Bello's government.
So you want a scholarship
Yes.
to go to England?
Yeah, England.
To England.
Yes.
Now tell me, did you really want to be an engineer? Did you choose engineering, or was this something that you are
Yes,
told, go and
naturally,
do
since
this
I
one?
went to Kaduna Technical Institute,
Yes.
and I studied ordinary certificate in engineering, in electrical engineering, which is equivalent to ordinary diploma. Naturally, I would go for engineering.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, did you choose? Because you said 5 of you, some went to the technical side, while some of you went to the engineering.
Yes.
So was the choice of engineering
Yes,
yours?
yes,
or
yes.
was
I
it
want
made
to
for
be an
you?
engineer. Exactly. Yes, yes. So,
What attracted you to engineering at that early age?
well, honestly, I just I marveled at engineering things, but naturally, hearing from stories from either the BBC, House of Service, or some, that really gave me the impression or the idea that I should really go for engineering, aeroplanes and other things like that, which a child that will give you a motive for becoming an engineer.
So Kaduna Technical College, which you went to, is what became later on the Kaduna Polytechnic.
Exactly.
Right. So after that, you won a scholarship to go to England. Only 2 of you.
Yeah, actually, the school,
Yes.
because we did well, we didn't even apply for the scholarship.
Right.
The school sent our names to the Ministry of Education. And there's another Ahmadu Bello issue again, because they didn't care whether you are a Hausa, Fulani, or you are a Yoruba, or you are, once you are qualified.
Just merit.
Yes,
Based on
just merit. So that's why David Ologe from Kabba, Hamza Ibrahim from, well, awarded
You
the
went to
scholarship.
England.
Yes.
What year was this?
That is 1964, because I finished 1963. At least in 1960, I went to actually Jos as assistant technical officer.
After the OND.
After the OND.
Yes.
It was when I was an assistant technical officer. I used to go onto a pole, this power line.
Yes.
With
So
the
you started
belt
straight
and
with NEPA from the Kaduna
ECN. I started with
then,
ECN.
Electricity Company
Yes.
of Nigeria.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So you started working straight away there.
That's right, exactly. I was employed by ECN, Electricity Corporation of Nigeria. So after the school, I came back as a...
So tell me, I'm interested in your going to England. You won this scholarship and you went to England. Was it a strange thing to travel at your age then?
Well, it was really
How did you take
very
it?
strange.
So it was challenging
Until
even to
finish.
get settled accommodation.
Exactly, but very few of blacks and Africans at that
Then how
time.
was the experience of life in general? How did you cope with the studies and the living in this strange?
Well, at the study, I was very lucky because at that time I related with some people in the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, House of Service. I was a friend of mine that we were at Kaduna together. Inwa Garba, late Inwa Garba.
He was in
May
Kaduna
Allah-
with you?
Yes.
Yes.
May Allah bless him. He used to come and take me. We'd go to London and so on and so forth.
From Watford?
Yeah. And later, actually, when I finished and I graduated, I joined the BBC as an outside contributor. I was in the morning, I come translate from English to Hausa in broadcast to Nigeria in Hausa, the morning news. And there I met Professor Ayagi, late also.
Right.
Yeah, Ibrahim Ayagi, Muhammad Ibrahim, Malik Ibrahim, Malam Muhammad Ibrahim, and the late Chiroman Kepi, and several others.
These are all northern Nigerians working in BBC.
Yes,
House.
working in the BBC.
But did you fit in as an engineer doing the House of Broadcast?
No, just Hausa,
It's Hausa.
just Hausa news. You broadcast the normal news here in the morning.
Yes.
If somebody, for what reason or the other, one of the staff couldn't come and deliver the news at that any time, I replace him, I broadcast, and this. At one time, actually, the head of the Hausa service, David Warren, said, Hamza, I'm impressed with your sartorial outlook.
How long did you stay in London?
Well, 1964 to 1969, actually. I finished 1968. For a few months, I stayed with the BBC as an outside contributor or broadcaster.
Did you think of change of career then from engineer?
Not at all. No, not at all. No.
So, tell us about your career when you came back with this higher qualification. By then you are a chartered engineer.
Yes.
I think you came back to now NEPA.
Yes. Well, ECN actually.
Still ECN.
Yes, because the Niger Dams Authority and the Electricity Corporation of Nigeria merged together, I think, 1972. So when I came as a pupil engineer, I worked in Lagos, Afon Power Station. It is in 1973 that 1970 that I moved to Jos as a mains engineer. At that time, the distribution network was on 3.3 kV.
Did you call it mains engineer?
Mains engineer. Mains engineer. So I upgraded it from 3.3 kV to 11 kV at that time. It was actually there that I got married. It was after Jos that I went to Kano as a district engineer. And from Kano, I moved to Maiduguri. At Maiduguri, that's where I realized one very difficult situation because there was no grid connection at that time. It's just a power station with small generators here and there, 500 kV that we were able to synchronize together and feed the town. It was later that we got grid connection extended, and we installed 2x45 MVA transformers, 13233, and provided another injection substation, 3311, to feed the town. At that time, then they have very stable power supply instead of these small generators which we had at the town.
Was there a period in Nigeria, you say stable power supply, was there a period where we can say certain cities or even parts of Nigeria had stable power supply, more than we know now?
Well, we had a very difficult situation. As you know, we had paucity of funds from, say, 1990 to 1997. We had only total budgetary allocation of $109 million for all these years, 7 years, we have only $109.5 million.
Was the budget
What I
in-
mean,
was the budget in
because
dollars?
if you take 1994, for example,
Right.
we have 142 million naira,
Okay.
the budget. And at 22 prevailing exchange rate of 142 million naira, it came to just 6.45 million dollars
For the whole year.
for the whole year,
1994.
1994. And we have cash collection of 5.5 billion naira. So, and another issue is you cannot get even that 142 million naira. MOFI, Ministry of Finance Incorporated, you must sign an agreement with MOFI as a loan at 7% interest. So you can see that there was a very difficult situation of funding. At one time, even the World Bank, when they came and see the situation, difficult situation we are in, they said NEPA workers are really magicians. They don't see how with this resources, financial resources, meager resources, that were able to provide a semblance of power system stability at that time. And the tariff was 1 naira. 1 naira per unit, per kilowatt hour at that time. So
was the low tariff the reason for the poor collection? You talk of 5 million.
No. It's
Yeah.
not a pure collection. The tariff should have been increased for several times. In fact, whenever we apply, government will say it's social service. And if it's social service, the shortfall, that is the amount that the government is subsidizing the people, should have been paid to NEPA, so that NEPA would be able to reinforce its system. And so it's just like now. That's why it's most surprising that now for a privatized entity, I understand trillions of naira are pumped into the disco, this disco. You will be surprised that if at that time we are not given any subsidy.
Even in this early period, when from ECN, when the NEPA started, there was never enough funds to have a stable power system in the country. Is that what you are saying?
Of course.
Never enough funds.
No. Well, at that time, even there was some sort of embargo on foreign loans and this and
No, but
so
we had the
forth.
oil boom. I thought the issue of money
Yes.
was not material. We had the oil boom. We had money coming in.
We are using our IGR, internally generated revenue, to sustain ourselves. At that time, even we have what we call 13 months salary. With all these constraints, financial constraints, we are able to take care of our staff. We have even this 13 months bonus,
Yeah,
13 months
but not
nation.
take
And,
care of the stable power supply for the country.
1992, we had no single system collapse. 1992. 1996, we didn't have any system collapse.
So these are years where
you can see that really NEPA workers were tried very hard under severe constraints.
Yeah. But
that's why people didn't appreciate this.
Not having system collapse didn't mean having stable power. It means there is no total breakdown that we have now.
Yes, where you have some
but you still have power, load shedding and all that.
At that time,
yes.
Of course, naturally. The power wasn't sufficient to take care of all residential, commercial, industrial customers. From time to time, definitely we are not given 24 hours power supply. But
all over the country, as an engineer for NEPA, Lagos, Kabir, Jos, Maiduguri. Finally, you became the MD of NEPA, the overall boss of NEPA in 1990. I assume this is more a political than an engineering appointment. How did it happen?
No, it couldn't be political. I told you I started as assistant technical officer.
Right.
All through the grades.
Yes.
I haven't missed any grade.
You rose through the ranks.
As an engineer.
Right.
In fact, I'm the first deputy managing director and the last one. And then managing director.
Right.
I'm a fellow of the Institute of Engineering and Technology.
Right.
I'm a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Right.
So I'm absolutely qualified to head that office. I'm a registered engineer.
No, I'm not doubting that, but I'm saying the appointment will be made by the head of state.
Yes.
So in the sense it is.
Yes.
Were you surprised? How did it come about? Did they just call you and say, look, the president wants to see you?
Unfortunately, something happened.
Right.
My boss then, there was a fire incident and an investigation and so forth. And for one reason or the other, he got retired.
Okay.
So I took over from him. But a great gentleman, first class person. We relate up today.
How did you get the call? People say, for big appointments, somebody calls you or somebody say, come, we want to give you this appointment.
Well, I was actually Umrah.
Okay, you are abroad.
Yes, when this incident of fire outbreak happened.
Yes.
So I came back, and so when I came back, I became the managing director under difficult situation.
Were you appointed when you came back, or you are there when you were told come back?
No, I came back, and I was appointed as acting managing director, and subsequently was made to managing director. And I manage the power sector in very turbulent period. We have some radical staff. They call themselves Workers' Welfare Association.
These are unions?
Yes. A group, not the official union. Somehow they are pushed away. These radicals took over the control of even management in some places. They all, from various stations, came to Igbin power station, and they were agitated. They said they will go on strike. They will shut down the system until and unless we increase their salary and their allowances. At that time, there was an embargo for salary increase and allowances and so forth. So it was a difficult decision. I said, what would we do? Under that circumstance, we cannot allow the system to be shut down at this particular period, political crisis and so on and so forth. So a decision must be taken. I and the Executive Director of Finance, Baba Ahmed, Muhtar Ahmed, I said, come, let's go and we'll do something. We'll see this radical staff, this Workers' Welfare Association staff. So in the middle of the night, because at that time you had these area boys all over the place creating commotion. But at the middle of the night, I decided to, that's in May, I decided to go to the station. The Executive Director, Generation and Transmission, Engineer Hamza was a bit down, but I decided to go through his house because it would not be fair to go to his station more or less behind his back. So on the way, my driver said, sir, we could not go just like that because the situation is dangerous, very dangerous. Because if you go, we may be attacked and we should go with the military or some police escort. I said, look, we are not going with anybody. We'll go together. I said, Managing Director, I cannot go to my workers with military escort or police escort. So I decided just to
be able to resolve the problem.
So we went there at the middle of the night. We held a meeting. We increased the salary, gave them some hazard allowance, and several other allowances. They said this is interim because they felt they would like to have an NPC salary. At the gate, we have a Nigerian gas company station. The operator will just switch on the valve to feed gas into the station. His salary was much, much higher than the workers there. So they said, look, we are working under a very hazardous environment. We go out the boiler and so on and so forth. And our salary was such low that compared with the NNPC salary, we deserve better salary. Well, anyway, we negotiated and increased their salaries and give them some additional allowances. Noting that there was an embargo by government. When I came, I was really in trouble. But God so kind, the government, without not going into details, the government approved this. Another issue was at the same time there was this strike. All the banks were on strike, and we said, look, how can we take care of some critical sectors of the power system? We got a helicopter. At that time, we have 3 helicopters, patrol the lines. If there are any faults on the line, they fly and find out what the problem was, and so on and so forth. So we called one of the helicopters, came to Marina. The area boys, they saw the helicopter coming down. They all ran away. They thought it's military or police operation. We got some bags into the helicopter, and
So bags of money?
Well, yeah, they flew to Oshogbo National Control Center. We said VIP movement. We told them VIP movement, VIPs are coming. So they thought probably military people or police people or something. When the helicopter landed, they came. They saw some bags coming out, and they say, "This is your salary." So they are so happy that how do we think about that really? So that's a loyalty, because if you look after the staff, definitely they will be very loyal to the organization. So several other things like that we do. Throughout my period, there was no strike. We do all issues. Another thing which probably I will speak about, because people had been talking about it, and we employed some workers. I think about 360 or 400 workers, northerners. At that critical period, during that period, this turbulence period. And what we did was to do a statistics, staff statistics of the whole organization. We had about 36,000 workers. Some states, some states had 3,000 workers, some 2,000 workers, some 1,500 workers, while my state, Jigawa, we had only 200 or 300 workers. So people should not really complain if you get 10 from Jigawa, or 30 from Kano, or 40 from the north, from here and there.
Yeah.
So we asked people to really come, and but we employed only electrical and mechanical engineers, graduates, people just graduated, so they can grow with the system. We had some of the managers that I said they should look into generation and transmission sectors to see where we can slot in these people. Now they have grown with the system. They are holding very important strategic positions now in the power sector. That's why we did it smoothly. There was no uproar, there was no complaint in the system.
Where, as from your vantage point as former managing director of NEPA, where did we get it wrong, such that the country has found itself with only a few thousand kilowatts?
4,000 to 5,000 megawatts.
Yeah, megawatts.
Yeah, 4,500.
Yes, 4,000, 5,000 megawatts in a country of 250 million. People say that this wattage or this power is what this city in America needs for only one city.
I think lack of foresight, lack of imagination, because you have no vision without power. We have Vision 2010.
Yes. You are a member.
Yes.
But even with the vision and the imagination, the documentation, as you say, did we have the capacity to actually achieve the vision?
Of course. Nigerian engineers are the best engineers, I dare say, in the world. One time, a team, World Bank team, came to us. They want to study or to give us advice on how to improve the power system and so on and so forth. Some of them were just members of the Institute of Electrical Engineers. Why in NEPA we have fellows, we have doctors. We are to teach them, not them to teach us. So all they did was just to ask you what did you tell them, and they write what you tell them, and they submit his report. So we have first-class engineers in anywhere in the world. Nigerian engineers are up to the task. Only no commitment from those who should commit themselves to ensure that we have this Mambila. How many years have you been speaking of Mambila? Allah Jikansa Salhi Ilyasu, Engineer Salhi Ilyasu. From Kano. He was the one who started, he was the consultant. When I was the MD, I went to him and asked him, I says, sir, we wanted a report about it. He said, please, don't ask me about it. He said, so many people, they will come. I exhausted all my copies. It's one story and the other, it's one propaganda and another. If they want to build Mambila, they should have built it by now. That's why now, at this point, we have this Lagos, Calabar.
Is it the coastal highway?
Yes. So I would appeal to the father of the nation, the president, Ahmed Tinubu, to think of Mambila. To think of Mambila, to help us, if we can do that.
Rather than the coastal highway?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't say they should stop that. No. If they can think about that, they should also think about Mambila and also about this gas pipeline. Extending the gas pipeline to Abuja, to Kaduna, to Kano, so that we'll be able to build some power stations to improve the stability of the grid, so that we'll be able to even supply all our customers. A pity that South Africa, though they had a problem now, they could generate about 50,000 megawatts.
Still.
And we are still saying 4,000, 5,000 megawatts. I see no reason. If we have the commitment, we should be able to find funds. It's only when you have stable power supply that you can industrialize and even be something in the Committee of Nations. Without power supply, really, we cannot industrialize. There are so many people now walking about in the streets with nothing to do. And this is another issue which we must be very, very careful of. We should think of really industrializing, getting power all over the place so that we can have small businesses here and there for people to get work and to get something to eat. Once they are engaged, you will not have all this banditry, kidnapping, and we must really think of the nation, of providing stable power supply by investing heavily in an emergency issue, because only when you have power, you have everything. We have, let's say, power supply, stable power supply. That's the element of civilization, really.
What do you think of the privatization of the power sector that has created all this discourse? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a solution?
I think it was done in a hurry. now we are saying we don't, they don't have means of metering the customers. That's the major important aspect of their business, to meter, to bill, and to get revenue.
How much are they injecting into these private entities?
Well, they are talking about, you are in a better position to know because you have been writing about
Yeah,
it.
I know. I've heard about meters, buying meters for them, right?
Yes. And the injection subsidy, they subsidize, the federal government subsidize the discourse or the listen. So one will find it really difficult. And this amount of money, of level of subsidy, one would say, is it loan? Since I told you that I have to, as a managing director, you have to sign loan with MOFI.
But from your experience in the power sector, don't you see any sign that the 16 billion has been spent?
No, I don't know. I will not comment on that. I don't know how it was spent.
Yes.
I don't know whether
No,
it was
I
spent
say, don't
or
you
not.
see signs
I
in
left,
terms of infrastructure and the
I
lights?
left there for since 1999.
No, but I'm saying, is there any physical evidence from your own experience of the power
there
sector?
were some projects. Of course, there are some projects. There are these 10 power stations.
Yes, Papalanto and all those.
So, which to my mind, they wanted to privatize it. If it is privatized, they should use the money for probably building this power station in Abuja, Kano, and Kaduna, since those power stations were built in the south.
Why didn't we think earlier of using sustainable energy source like solar? Was it ever part of the plan, part of the vision of providing power?
Renewable energy is the in thing now, really.
Yes.
And with advances in technology, we can generate enormous power through solar. Before, people think just the solar is just for houses and for small distance, but we can really use solar at a very, very massive scale. People are saying even the Sahara, if you can have such a system, reflectors, mineral reflectors, impinging on a small area, getting steam, generating power over long distance and massive power. You can do that. It is possible.
Why have we thought of doing that? Why isn't it part of the national plan? Is it because the technology was then backward at the time you were in charge?
If we have gas, don't we? Don't we have gas?
Gas,
Why
yes.
can't you use gas? We are flaring it up, isn't it?
Yes.
So a country which is flaring up its gas supply, there's no need for them to even start thinking of this solar. If we can use our gas supply, like now, I would suggest probably the governors in the gas producing areas, they probably as a national plan, they can generate from their, for state, they can take care even of their state. They can generate enough power to feed their state. They can island even their system so that they will have adequate power supply for their state without even connecting to the grid. So it's available. We can do that. Even wind. We have wind in the north. You can use wind. You can use solar. And the difficulty of wind is the erraticity. You know, the wind doesn't come all the time. But with battery storage, you can take care of any difficulty of connecting such systems to the grid, solar, wind, using battery storage.
Yeah, but many have been tried. I don't know, even Katsina near here has tried, and all this has failed. You have things lying around, equipment lying around without the power.
Well, I don't
So
know.
I just wonder,
Yes.
is it the engineers or is it the government?
Engineer, I said we have engineers in Nigeria. Best engineer you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Really. Qualified.
But they haven't been able to deliver on this.
no,
We have engineers, but we have no power.
Well, it's you as an engineer, just like a driver, you are not given the car to drive. However good you are as a driver, if you are given a rickety car, what do? However good you are. So it's not the engineers, it's you, the people of the country, who will decide, really we want power. And the engineers
To deliver.
are up to it. They will deliver it.
Let's talk about the private engineer Hamza Ibrahim. You mentioned in passing that you got married while you were in Jos, after graduation there. How is family life for you until?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I have 4 female and
Four
one
kids,
boy.
4 boys.
One boy, one
Okay,
boy, one boy,
okay.
and 4 female. They've all finished their school.
So what have you been doing since you retired in 1999?
Not much really, because I'm now getting to 80. All I do now is really to go for golf. The golf course is my office. I have some few things. I'm a board member in one company, transmission company. That's all. But
You didn't.
I just want to rest, because when you had over 35 years in a power industry under very difficult, turbulent situations, you need to rest. Even now, you jack when you see power fluctuate. Power fluctuating. You say what?
You think your back is in
You
business.
jack up, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you know. So, Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, I'm okay. I can eat, I can dress up, I can go to wherever I want to go. So, and I'm happy. So, I just always thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His mercies, for keeping me healthy, for showering His blessing on me.
But a lot of people who retire find that they need to do something. Maybe set up a consultancy or go into farming, things like that.
Well, I have a farm, but candidly speaking, a very, very, very big farm at Gora. I have another very, very big farm in Kaduna, Kaduna Airport. I have another farm in my town in Guaram.
Guaram, your town.
But it's not easy. Farming is not easy. You have to be there. So that somehow keeps me busy.
You are a traditional title holder yourself. Part
Yeah.
of the, what are you doing? You are part of the Jigawa elders.
Yes.
What are you doing? You, the elders and the traditional title
You see, the
holders, to help
traditional
with this?
institution, what are they doing? You are talking about traditional institutions.
Yes, sir.
How are they now?
They are there.
They're doing what? In what condition
I
are
think
they
they have
now?
the power to
The
influence.
crisis in the traditional rulership. Crisis everywhere.
Yes.
You have been in your papers.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
Yes. There are some recent crises. Yes.
So,
But
unless you give the traditional rulers some you recognize some element of recognition, and you give them some powers to take care of the people under them. But if you don't regard them as anything, politicians now, I don't know whether I would call it bastardized or what, they have ruined the system. You see what is happening in Kano?
Yeah.
What they said might be happening in Sokoto, in Katsina, in several other places. We are destroying ourselves. These are the people that will call upon, that will go and beg. They are the people who know everybody. You know, you have the village heads, you have the Mayongwa. If you go through them, they will be able, really, if you recognize them, due recognition, I think they will help in bringing some sanity to the system.
Do you still go to Guaram these days?
Yes, I do, from time to time. Yes, I do.
What of other travel in general? You
No.
You don't travel outside the country now?
No. I go for Umrah, alhamdulillah, during the Ramadan, the last 10 days. I go there and pray, because that's what else.
What of
you can do.
medical trips abroad and things like that?
Well, alhamdulillah, I'm a bit healthy, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. But I do go outside from time to time.
Where do you tend to like going? What was your favorite?
Well, I go to the UK because that's where I studied, you know, and so that's the first port of call. And then, of course, Saudi Arabia. I was in the US, I think, only 2 times.
Yeah. Besides golf, what else do you do for pastime? Anything you do to occupy yourself?
Well, reading Daily Trust, watching Daily Trust TV and CNN, other listen, and of course, though there is no need for me to say that, is between me and my Creator, you know, praying in the morning, tahajjud, reading the Holy Quran, and praying and thanking God for His mercies.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's leave it at that very happy moment.
Thank you very much.
And to wish you a long life,
Alhamdulillah.
and more happiness and more smiling.
Alhamdulillah.
And viewers, thank you for staying with us in this episode of Reminiscences with Engineer Hamza Ibrahim, who held the fort for all of us as the Managing Director of NEPA for nearly a decade. And he is still around to tell the story. Until we meet again in another episode of Reminiscences, thank you and goodbye.